The Intelligentsia and Germany's Conquest. September 4, 1942. My German friends. Today I want to speak to the bearers of scholarly work, of art and literature. Even if they were 100,000, they would be few in proportion to the millions. But there is no one who is not influenced by this group. For this reason, the leaders of the intellectual life of a nation are infinitely important for its destiny. This group is more responsible for the tragedy of Germany than the masses, and nearly as responsible as that small stratum of landed proprietors and entrepreneurs who handed over weapons to National Socialism, because they trembled in the face of social reorganization. Why did a great portion of the German scholars and artists make common cause with the forces of reaction? Why did they hold the stirrups for the present regime? Many say, we did not know that the rider whom we helped into the saddle would ride the nation into the abyss. This admission is valuable, yet not enough. One must understand how the error could come about and exterminate its roots. Technology is ambiguous. It creates tools of construction and destruction to the same perfection. It is neutral toward good and evil. But science is not permitted to remain neutral. It must place itself in the service of the good. Even before the war, many scholars believed that it would taint science if it stepped down into the muck of daily life. People found a battling science, a revolutionary mind, beneath their dignity. And so it happened that today they have an enslaved mind and a science in service to destruction. The distinguished scholars who abided by the highest standards on behalf of the real life of the person have been made devoid of power by this life. They wanted no intellectual power over life, and now that which is contrary to intellectual life has won power over them. There is no vacant space. The aspects of life that are not shaped by the mind rebel against the mind and destroy it. Faith in the intellect was lost in Germany because the intellect did not issue from life. There were some for whom the intellect meant life, struggle, revolution. But where are they today? In exile, in the concentration camp, in the grave. They were betrayed by their colleagues. They were hated by the so-called Intelligentsia, the ones who should have helped them acquiesced and permitted their only weapon to be taken, the sharpness of the mind. When I last spoke to you, I asked why the German nation has never come to political maturity. One of the base is the betrayal of the intellect. Leaders believed in their science, but they did not believe that science and art have meaning only when they give the ardent desire for a better life articulation and form in a deep sense. Every thought must be revolutionary. It must be a bit prophetic. It must condemn and demand. If it does not do that, it is a beautiful sport, a diversion from the truth. The unveiling of the truth is not pleasant to those who have power. For this reason, they fear the intellect and seek to buy its bearers. And thereby, we are in the midst of the tragedy of the German intellect. It exalted when it should have condemned. It veiled when it should have unveiled. It kept silent when it should have spoken. It forms a part of the German tragedy. That one like Goethe lived in a royal palace as a private individual. It forms a part of the tragedy that Hegel equated reason with the Prussian state. It forms a part of the tragedy that scientists never asked. To what end? Admission into the holy of holies of science was barred to such questions. But precisely in this way, science ceased to be holy. It became a welcome tool in the hand of destruction. Can the German intellect be saved? Indeed, there is no reason for despair. The captivity under the dictatorship has made the bondage so frightful that even the eyes of the most blind are being opened. The bearers of the intellect, who had sold themselves to the middle class, have been sold again to the powers of National Socialism. And the new masters are 1,000 times worse than the old. While they felt free before, they now understand that they are in bondage. And that is the hope for the German intellect. Now it must either wither or become revolutionary. I call out to the German nation: do not consent any longer to your philosophers conjuring up a world that is not yours. Demand intelligence that unveils and unmasks the roots of reality. Allow the old, feeble mind to decay behind the walls of the right culture board, and make room for the new mind that changes reality.